Hello, welcome to yet another video. My name is KenMath, and in this video we are going to talk about inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix, or 2 times 2 matrix, or 2 multiplied by 2 matrix. That is the inverse. That's what we're talking about. So in the previous video we talked about the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix, because you have to watch the previous video if you don't know how to find the determinant. So because the way of finding the determinant is the step of finding the determinant is what we're going to use even in inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix. So please go, if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell and like the video. So what do we do when you're finding the inverse of a matrix? There are steps that you are supposed to follow when you're finding the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix. When we say 2 by 2 matrix, simply means it has got 2 rows and also 2 columns. That's what it has. So the first step of finding the 2 by 2, the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix, is to find the determinant of the same matrix. So that is the first step. You find the determinant of the matrix. That's the first step. So for example, you have been given a matrix which is A, let's say A, and then equals, you have been given a matrix A equals, and then you have been given 2 here, 0, 1, and 1. This is the matrix that you have been given. So the fact that you have been given that matrix, and then they can say find a inverse. So this one, -1 to the power -1, simply stands for the inverse. That is the inverse. It is what we call the superscript of -1 is denoted by the inverse. So that is the inverse. So how do we find the inverse? First of all, find the determinant. So we find the determinant of this matrix. This is a 2 by 2 matrix. So first of all, we are going to find the determinant. So we are going to say determinant of A is, so first we find the major diagonal. So my major diagonal multiply this, you multiply the element in the major diagonal, and then you multiply the element in the minor diagonal. So we say 2 times, or multiply by 1, and then minus 0 multiply by 1. So the determinant of this A matrix is 2 times 1, it gives us a 2, multiply by 1, it gives us 2, minus 0 times 1, it gives us a 0. And then from there we'll say, because 2 take away 0, it gives us a 2. So that is the determinant of A. So that's the first thing that I'm supposed to find. To find the determinant of A, that's the first thing. The second step, in the original matrix, interchange the elements in the major diagonal and change the signs of the elements in the minor diagonal to get the new matrix, which is B. So to get the new matrix, you're going to interchange this. In the major diagonal, you interchange, and then in the minor diagonal, you multiply by the negative inverse. So that's what we do. So we are going to say the inverse of matrix is equal to, so first of all, to get the inverse which we're talking about, let me say, so we are going to interchange. So let me say this is the matrix. The original matrix is this one. This is the original matrix. So this matrix has to be changed to this. So you interchange the major diagonal, interchange the elements. So 2 and 1 and 2. That's how they interchange the elements in the major diagonal. And then the minor diagonal you multiply by negative. So the negative, the inverse here. So inverse multiplied by 0, it gives us a 0. Same. Inverse multiplied by -1, it gives us 1. So that's how this is step number 2. So this is step number 2. So first step, this is the first step, and then second step you interchange. So this is the second step, and then now the third step. So the third step, I'll write it here, third step. So this is the third step. So now the third step, multiply 1 over the determinant of A with a new matrix which you have been given, this one. So we're going to multiply, we are going to say the inverse of A is equal to 1 over the determinant of A. So 1 over the determinant of A. So 1 over the determinant of A, and then multiply by the inverse, the matrix that you have been given, a new matrix. So 1, 0, -1, and 2. So the inverse that you have been given, that one. So from there, we are going to say the inverse of -1 is equal to 1 over the determinant of A we found, which is 2. So 2, and then multiply by 1, 0, the entries 1 and 2. So start multiply this inverse, multiply by, or this scalar number, multiply by each entry in the matrix. So we'll say the inverse of A is equal to, start multiplying. So -1 over 2 multiplied by 1, it's 1 over 2, it's half, the same. 1 over 2 multiplied by -1, it's -1 over 2, the same. 1 over 2 multiplied by 0, it gives us a 0. 1 over 2 multiplied by 2, it gives us 1. So it's the same as half of 2, it gives us 1. And that is the inverse. So that's how we find the inverse of a matrix. That's how we find the inverse of a matrix. So the first thing of when you're finding the inverse of a matrix, to find the determinant. So once you find the determinant, that's when you can find the second matrix by interchanging the major diagonal, interchange them, and then the minor diagonal you multiply by negative, and the negative which is the inverse, and then from there, and then we multiply the 1 over the determinant of A multiplied by the matrix that you have come up with, that you have interchanged. That's what we do. Okay, let's move on. Let's go to the Addon. Let's go to the other example. So you say B is equal to 2, 6, 1, 3, and then they say find inverse, B inverse. So we are coming up with the inverse of B. So how do we find the inverse of B? The first thing is to find the determinant. So we'll say the determinant of B is equal to, so we'll say the determinant of B is equal to which is the major diagonal, so 2 multiplied by 3, so it's 2 multiplied by 3 minus the minor diagonal, 6 multiplied by 1, so 6 multiplied by 1. So the determinant of B is equal to 2 times 3 is 6 minus, or 6 times 1 is 6, and then the determinant of of B, so the determinant B is equal to 6, take away 6, it gives us a 0, so the determinant is 0. And remember what I said, what we said in the previous video. We said if the determinant is 0, which simply means that this matrix has got no inverse, so you say no inverse. Why? It's because the determinant is equal to 0, so it has got no inverse. So the matrix has got no inverse, or it is called singular. It is called singular matrix. That's what it is called. So it is called a singular matrix, or it has got no inverse. So if a matrix has got a determinant of 0, then it has got no inverse or singular matrix. So that's how we usually find. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please, if you have got questions, don't forget to leave them in the comment below, and please don't forget to subscribe if you are new in this channel. Don't forget to subscribe for more